Can y'all see me? Can you see me? This is another AKT celebrity read. Can you see me? Are you here? Of course I want to tag all of the Alexyss K. Tylor pages, and I want you all to share the video. Please, you're more than welcome to share it on Facebook. You're more than welcome to download the video. You can create a YouTube page for me, because I've had so many Hi, Skinny. Hi, handsome man. Hi, Daryl. Hi, Jones L. Hi, Monica. Hi, beautiful girl. Oh, hello, Ishmael. Hello, Sexual Chocolate. Hello, Carmela. Hello, everybody. Look, I'm not one of those types of people. I want you all to share this video. I want you all to thumbs up the video. I want you all to comment. I love the way you all are welcoming me back, and the way you are loving the readings, supporting the readings, the AKT Celebrity Reads. I want you all to create a buzz. Hey, Daryl. To get this going, you are welcome to download the video. You're welcome to re-upload it on YouTube. Anywhere you're welcome. You know what I really love to do, because I heard that will help me get popular again and come back. If you all take pieces and put it on Instagram, like highlights from the readings, highlight from the old vagina power videos, because I'm going to come back and do those as well. I want to thank everybody. When I sent everybody the PayPal donation link, I wasn't asking for money like last night. I was just putting it out there to let you know that it was there. And if you ever felt the need, I don't care if it's $1, $2, 50 cents, every piece of money is a blessing to me. And I want to tell everybody that donated to me last night, even though I wasn't straight out completely big, but I was sideways big. Just letting you know it's there whenever you feel like it. Thank you, everybody that donated to me last night. If you want a personal reading, I'd love to give you one. You can gladly contact me at alexysktylorvp@gmail.com. Trying to think of anything else. Okay, I know it's late. Hey, T. I am sorry, because I'm really exhausted. I am so tired. It was very difficult. Hi, Sharon. Sharon. For me to get myself together to do the reading, but I wanted to go ahead and get it done, so I will be through with this for now. And the reason why I want to, several reasons, because I'm very tired, and the energy, these entities, the demonic as well as extraterrestrial entities that come in here are very, very intense. They're very big, they're very strong, and they're draining, because I let them drain me, because I didn't want them to leave. I wanted them to stay here and tell me everything I need to know. Now, I am limited in some ways. That's why I have to do a follow-up later, because there are a lot of things I don't know. As they come to me, that's one thing I like about these spirits and so-called demons, and that are also fallen angels that have good and bad characteristics to them, is that they've been here. Hello, beautiful Christina. They have been here longer than humans were ever thought about. So they know the planet. They know all the galaxies. They've traveled the galaxy. They know the universe. They know everything is about numbers and science, and the science of the human body, Earth, and all of the planets and constellations that we haven't even heard about yet. So when they come to me and give me information, they'll ask me, I need you to know this number. I need you to know this particular element. And one thing this reading has scared the shit out of me, and it has really, my heart is broken. Excuse me. I mean, I've already seen a lot of these things go on, but as I said, because I don't know, I have more study and more research to learn about numerology, astronomy, astrology, and that's what limits me from doing everything now. But hello Patrick, but I did the best that I could with the little bit that I know. And because I would have to do so much study, it would take me a couple of more weeks. Initially, when I said that I didn't want to do that reading, I had to apologize to the spirit, Argus, because I thought he was just gossiping. and just wanted to give me personal things to discuss about Wendy Williams. But you saw how the first part of the reading went, and I noticed the timing. Let me tell you, me and him been spending a lot of time together, but he bought some more demonic and extraterrestrial entities in here. He came to me about 2 weeks before the Super Bowl, and I didn't get it because I'm not really used to doing movie breakdowns, and I don't really understand yet. I'm not a football or any sports fan, and that has been a very big disservice I see, because the higher level elites move through the games. They control the systems and all their games. They communicate with each other, and those are controlled by Babylonian gods and Egyptian rituals, and even Batman, Superwoman. All those are controlled by Babylonian goddesses and gods, which would still go back to the Statue of Liberty that Wendy was wearing. I got the date tonight. I didn't realize. I thought it was this past Halloween. It was 2017. But still, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Patrice. I get things mixed up. I didn't mean to say Patrick. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Patrice Kirk. I apologize. He came in here early, which is telling me that the people over the Super Bowl and the elite came in before the day of the Super Bowl to do the magic rituals. It looks to me now that when they had her put on the costume for Semiramis, which is also in Isis, I would even say Lilith, that she was, they set that off for her to come down, to open that spirit, that death angel and that death curse down into the ATL. Cause I could be wrong, but she's a woman of color. I keep feeling like she has mixed ancestry from her mother. And I feel like a lot of her drama and a lot of her problem and her pain, the conflict, and the domination for power has been her mother. The mother I'm picking up has a heavy reptile serpentine type of bloodline that I don't get, that it's just black, and I don't get African American. I know she said that, but I do not get that. There's other type of ethnicity, some bloodline of European and even Native American ancestry I'm getting, and I'm seeing the mother is very intense, and the mother is more secret with it, but I keep feeling like there was a power struggle between the mother, but the mother's slick with her viciousness. She's more low-key with it. They had this competition, like this power thing that I feel with the mother wanting to do all about appearances and control and elegant and just this certain level of charm and appearance that she wanted to project, and Wendy wasn't with it. When she came out, she was just like this big energy, this big child. Not physical. I know she's physically big. That's not what I meant. Just this energy she brought in from previous lives and not wanting to be oppressed again or suppressed. So she had a lot of lessons in regenerating and speaking her truth and walking in her way, which is very, very intense and very wild and off the chain. And the mother wasn't having it. The mama ain't like that. So because the mother's about secrets and control and image and society and appearance and affluence. And the mother, oh really, she went to charm school? Girl, I don't know. I never kept up Wendy like that. And then Wendy didn't want, from what I'm getting, to just, she had a lot of resentment, and it's the feeling the suppression. Namaste. But she didn't want to just physically fight her mother because she just wasn't winning. So she got her mother in the other way by the partying and getting high and having the sex, because then it's like, now I make everybody, it's a form of public humiliation to the mother. This was a long time ago that I'm seeing this start out. So I'll get you like this, because if they look at me and see I'm wild and I'm a junkie, then that makes them look at you. and wonder what is going on in the household, or what are you suppressing, or what you are really like. So I'm going to stick you one way or another. I'm going to stick you. So if you've been sticking me ever since I was born, or when I was in your womb, and now you're going to fight me and I can't get you like that, well, okay, I might not win with the mouth and the money and other stuff you doing, but I'm suppressed and I hate this. And I even see she thought about it one time, like some cutting when she was younger, but she took it. It wasn't always about I just get high because I like to get high. That's what I'm getting. And I'm partying and drinking and fucking because that's just what I like to do. A lot of that was about pain and trying to suppression. I felt like she was being suffocated of her power. So that came to me the other day too. With that heavy reptile energy, a lot of this is from the mother. I'm trying to go fast, but it's so much, and I know it's late, so I'm going to do the best I can because I got all these pages. And rebellious and still is. It's her struggle. Yep, she do. And a lot of this is pain from the childhood and the mother feeling like resenting and not accepting. They both have resentment toward each other. And if they start talking a tit for tat, and neither one of them ain't going to win. So when they just hold it, you would never know it. But they both got their little shit with each other. The mother and Wendy. Okay, so that's all I'm going to get on right there with her. Because this reading is really about some other shit. Okay. And I apologized again to that spirit because it went totally left with the last reading. And when I went left, I'm talking about on that left hand shit. She was 14 years old, still a girl called Mom. Thank you, Christina, telling me I didn't know that. This is truly some left hand path shit, some dirty shit I'm finna tell y'all. So I'm telling you right now, if y'all got nice ears, turn this shit off. Don't listen to this here, because this spirit, not Argus went and got a more dirtier friend than his. And the friend that I am talking about is a being that came through the CERN portal, CERN, which would be dealing with Cernunnos, the horned Lucifer of the forest and green vegetation and fields. And when they had that green Statue of Liberty, which would be the male side of the female, because when you're dealing with the Atlanta Super Bowl, you're dealing with Semiramis, Nimrod, and the baby Tammuz. And they opened up the CERN portal. First, when they did the old Falcon Stadium, that's black and red, representing the Falcons, but the black and red also represents the phoenix. And for you all that don't know, the phoenix is Egyptian and it is a female. Down here in the park, downtown Atlanta, you have a statue, a granite, it's a gray stone statue, I'm not sure if that's granite, of a black woman holding her hands up, and the phoenix is in her hands, rising and going up, right up into the sky, because you know Atlanta, the symbol of Atlanta is the phoenix, because once it burnt down, they vowed to never be burned again and rise up from the ashes, and the phoenix always rises from the ashes. So you're dealing with sacrifice. Whenever you're dealing with black and red, and you see that's what I got on, you're dealing with sacrifice. Somebody finna get fucked up. Sacrifice for a God. Sacrifice for a cause and purpose. Yes, they in here. The horned God is standing right up in this bitch. They all over my goddamn house, upstairs, in the bedroom, up in the fucking attic. So I'm hoping that when I finish this, they take their ass on. And I'm going to tell you, let me go on and get into it, because when I seen this and I realized it was that Super Bowl magic, if you look this up, if you don't know about CERN, there are scientists that have created the Stargate portal to bring forth the demons that have been bound in space, bound in the earth, that were not allowed over here because they're so dangerous and vicious. These scientists have now opened up the CERN portal to release these demons that are also extraterrestrials to come through the portal. And if you look at the portal, look this up, you will see Kalima and Shiva, which will be they're using them as the destroyer. They are calling the destroyer demons through the CERN portal. When they came here, they released the portal because if you would look at a picture, Google it, you'll see the game, I didn't see the whole thing. You are looking at the new Mercedes Stadium, and the Mercedes emblem is vesicle Pisces, and the football is shaped like the vesicle Pisces, which would also be the flower. It could also represent the vagina, as you're dealing with sacred geometry and science. So that's the vesicle Pisces. And then when you see there's a remote control roof, yes, right outside the CERN building, yes, that opens on top of the Mercedes Stadium. There will also be the portal for CERN to open up. They release the demons here. They release the death angels here. Because there was a lot of sacrifice going on the night of the Super Bowl. I think what did it start? February 3rd. So it's the 34th day of the year. They're here. They're giving me permission to say what I'm saying. A lot of sacrifice went on that night. A lot of human sacrifice, a lot of child sacrifice, baby. The strippers made millions of dollars. So there was a whole bunch of asshole fucking, ass shaking, pussy fucking, and dick sucking that went on. Have mercy, during Super Bowl weekend. Now, there was one thing for the grown folks. Hey, beautiful mommy. There was consensual fucking and sucking and asshole shaking and dick sucking. But see, I'm talking about, yes, they had to keep the saints out. Because the goat, they released the goat. Down here, they had to ride the goat. Because the Baphomet was here. You had so many gods coming in. I'll mention them, but I don't want to confuse you because it's so much. I don't want to try to put so much in one video. I don't know if I'm going to come back and do this later, but you're also dealing with Saturn because at the top of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, you have the 8-point star. That's what that remote control roof is up there. So you'll be dealing with the black sun, the second sun, the hidden sun of Saturn. Chronos, the bearded old man, Father Time, and he finna kick off in that ass down here in Atlanta. They done open that goddamn CERN portal and release them sacrifice demons. The death spell has been done in the ATL. There was already one done, but there's another one done with the black cube in that the old Falcon Stadium with the black and red, and then the Phoenix, because these are all stone monument with the Phoenix rising out of the ashes, so that would be the woman. But at the same time, they putting their foot on the black man, especially if they got a lot of melanin in it. The demon told me he loved destroying them. He finna take some more niggas out. Says the death spell on them. And the black woman gonna be left by herself. Standing by herself. Trying to figure it out because she just is corrupt. They was both going both ways. See, it was another transgender death demon. This other spirit gay. Both of them gay. They've been here with me. But this one here is a motherfucker. This death demon that came through the CERN portal, that's also an ET, and he is a part of the Nephilim. This fucker big. It's a whole family that was released. And he told me he is part of the EL, Michael, Gabriel, Samael. He's part of the Elohim. But he's a death demon, a death dealer. That's what he came to do. I'm getting chill. They here. And they gave me the seal. So Saturn. The square of Saturn. You deal with it. You Google it, you draw it. It's the top is 3 rows. The first row is 492. That add up to 15, which would be 6. The second row is 357. Add up to 15, give you 6. The third row is 816. Add up to 15, give you 6. It's 666 in this bitch. Because we were dealing with Saturn. And we dealing with sexuality. And we dealing with the Baphomet. Pussy, dick, booty, pussy, and titties. This motherfucker told me he turning niggas out down here so goddamn bad. He done got they rectum turned into a booty pussy with a fat round ass like a bitch. A juicy Georgia peach booty. Getting fucked all in the ass with a dick in the front, appear as a nigga in the day and a transforming motherfucking nigga and a dick sucker and an asshole fucker at night with titties and a face like a bitch. And someone wants to be like this. They don't want to just go straight transgender and live as a woman. They own the Baphomet. They riding the goat. They riding the 666. And who was the GOAT? Tom Brady. If I'm getting the name right, is that Brady? That's the GOAT. Because they made a beer can, a beer dedicated to him, a goat head with a man body. And he won, and what was the number? 3 to 13. So these certain Illuminati numbers, 3s and 13s, is coming up in this. And then when the demon, that's extraterrestrial. Did I get his name right? Is that Brady? That one. That's the GOAT, baby. Because he won that Super Bowl. So whoever betted on that before then done made a whole bunch of goddamn money. And then his coach is 66 years old and just won the 6th ring. 666. What's it? Bielik? How do you pronounce his name? See, the games is new to me. Yes, Tom Brady, the GOAT. He got the beer made out of it. And we also dealing with Moloch, the owl. Okay. So Tom Brady done won the 6th Super Bowl. So he is that GOAT. They have proclaimed him that. Okay. That ritual went on down here. And you're dealing with Esau. Inflicting his reign on the earth and controlling the earth. So you're dealing with the man of sin, the beast, and the dragon. Because when you're dealing with Lilith, and you're dealing with Semiramis, those are the angels, the animals that she deal with. And then, it's so much, I'm trying to hurry up and get this shit down. Because, you know, I also seen Apollo and the other side of him, I think either they brother and sister or twins, and Artemis. So you're dealing with them. They deal with health, medicine, and science. But also when you're dealing with Saturn, old man Saturn, old man time, that's finna kick off in your ass. And he said the time is up on your motherfucking ass. You also deal with sacrifice and death. And that's, and controlling. Saturn controls law, science, medicine, and politics. Some bad shit finna go on for what this demon told me from the El. The Elohim, I know that y'all think that all is good. All them angels that got El in their name, they not all good. Because this one is a vicious motherfucker right here. And he told me he hates humans. He said there is getting ready to be more murder and more disease. New strains of disease that they are getting ready to release. He told me his specialty is loving men. Fucking little boys. and fucking men and making men fuck each other. Now, let me make it very clear. This is not my opinion. I'm not gay bashing, because a certain amount of gay people have always been on the planet. That's not the problem. And he said that's what bothered him. He said because a small amount and them being they self is not going to do any damage. He said his desire and what he is doing, he said he is going to do this for a period of time, is turn all natural affection, make a man hate himself so much that he would not have a natural affection to put his dick in a black woman's pussy. He said he turning all they motherfucking ass out. He said through chemical, through water, and demonic possession and medicine. He's doing this through science. He said it's a lot of orgies here. He said they finna get worse. He said disease and the HIV and the AIDS is finna get worse to the point there are other strains added into it. New viruses, fungus, and bacterial loads that will not be able to be cured under the 666. And he said that he run heroin and opiates. He's going to flood the market more with the opiates, and he's controlling it through music. Let me tell you something. And I'm looking at him. I said, wait a minute, let me get this straight. You want to destroy a whole ethnic group in Atlanta, a whole race of people. Black. He said, that's what I said. And that's what I'm going to do. I want the melanin. I love fucking little boys. Especially the dark-skinned one. I love human sacrifice of men's. And I love to fuck them in the ass and see them turned out up in their ass. I like to stretch their asshole out and put my dick deep down in it. And I like fisting men's in the ass. I said, what? Because I love orgies. I love to get them in the orgies. I love to go in the public bathroom and possess a whole bunch of niggas. He said, white, it don't matter. Men's in the bathroom. Yes, girl, heroin on. He said, I love strangers. To get strangers in the bathroom where there's a whole lot of waste in the bathroom and urine. He said, the more human waste, blood, urine, feces, the better. He said, I like to have sex with men and boys till they cannot hold their bowel. And then rape them. He said he loves to have that spirit congregating in the restaurant bathroom and the mall bathroom. He said, then he started naming names. He said, I had George Michael strung out on that shit. Where George Michael couldn't help himself. I had him all in the bathroom getting fucked and sucking dicks and getting train ran on him on that motherfucking dope. I said, you did that to George Michael? He said, yeah, that was just part of the game, because that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be down. So I turned him out. He said, well, easy to turn his ass out. I mean, just start naming people he was fucking with. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there. And I said, so you're going to destroy? He said, I am. And I started crying. And then when I was crying, this motherfucker looked at me and told me, ooh. He said, I know how to do that too. He said, I mimic human emotion. He said, you don't mean nothing to me. And I'm just seriously, he sat there and watched me and I was just wiping my face. He said, oh. He said, because I was straight, demonic, I was also an Elohim. I was a part of the higher council. He said, but I came down here and I reincarnated. He said, God told us not to. He said, but we started having sex with women's and men's. He said, I was turning niggas out in Sodom and Gomorrah. I said, that you? He said, yeah, we was down there fucking little boys, fucking men's, fucking women's. He said his mother was part human because he wanted to blend in to see what it was like. He also said that he has created surgery for transgender. He specialized something about the central, the digestive system and the colon that he liked. He loved to fuck with the colon and the flexibility of the tissue. He say, I have plastic and reconstructive surgeon just to do transgender surgery for me, to practice it and perfect it on boys' bodies, the ones that we use, that we catch them, and we do sacrifice on them and we take their organs. He said, I love to drink melanin blood. I love to eat melanin organs. They give me strength. They give me life. I love to drink it. He said, I know the chemical composition of melanin. I didn't get a chance to draw that, but I have the structures. He said, and I have to destroy that, because if I don't destroy that, they will rule the planet again and they get in my way. I can't have these black men getting in my way, because he said the ones that control CERN are racist, Nazi, white men. And they promise him, if he get rid of melanin beings, anybody have a lot of melanin in them, especially black men, they can kill the population because the black men cannot reproduce. And the black women that are left will have to sleep with white men and men of other races. So they can basically suppress and straw down, destroy the melanin man. And he said they perfect the surgery, and I like to take the intestine. He said I can make fake vaginas. I can extend vaginas. Yeah, he talked about Hitler. He said that was his boy. He said that Aleister Crowley was his boy. That he came and possessed him and do blood and little boy rituals with Aleister Crowley to bring that energy down in through here. And when first Argus is the one I was talking to, I was comfortable with, and he hung around after I did the first show the other night. And I said, don't leave, I apologize to you. And I said, you see, they like you, they talking about you, they showing you pictures and stuff, he liked it. And then I got upset because they were working on my house the past few days. So they just left today in my door. I was upset about my door because they fixed the door, but it was hard to open the door. And I was afraid because I didn't want anybody see me trying to get into the door and think it was a problem and a man come by. I was real paranoid about that. You know what Argus did? They came back and checked it. It was fine. I just had to keep pulling on it, and they put some oil on it to loosen the new door. I woke up a couple of nights ago, and Argus was standing there over me sleeping. He walked the upstairs, and then he come down. He looked at the door, and he made sure that I felt safe. I was okay, and I was sleeping, and I felt him, and he was just like this, leaning up against my chest of drawers, just looking at me sleeping. So I got very comfortable with him, and I said, Argus, what else is going on? What I need to know? And he brought up CERN. I said, I want to know about CERN, what they're doing. And he said, I have to go get my friend for that. That's the demon now here that's gay and vicious as fuck. Vicious as hell. Dirty as hell. And a couple of nights ago, I said, well, Argus, tell him to come in. I was sitting down and I was meditating, and this real big black being came up behind me and put his hand on one shoulder and had some long ass goddamn sharp teeth. It looked like a long ass picket fence on the other shoulder, scraping the tip of his teeth across my damn shoulder. I said, oh hell, the fuck? And he said, hello, as he's slipping his damn teeth across my damn shoulder blade. And I'm trying to concentrate on the prayer. This fucker so strong, and them teeth so long and sharp. I said, fuck it, I'm going to get back to the prayer tomorrow, because this thing, I really want to hear what I got to say. That's when they sat down and started telling me what I've been saying, and I started crying to him, oh. He said, I know how to cry. I know how to fake human, yeah, a messy, yeah, messy as fuck. He said, I know how to mimic human emotion. He said, you know how when you hear a baby crying and people have gotten robbed and they stop on the side of the road because they think it's a baby or they hear the baby crying. He said, that's me. I know how to play on humans. He's very narcissistic. He's just said, you know, God favors you all and think you're special, but you're nothing in comparison to me. And you all need to give me back the planet. He bound me and he's angry. He's very angry because he was bound in the pit. Because he's so dangerous. And he's so vicious. He got a whole host of Elohim that have come with him. And they mentioned something about Nibiru. But I didn't get into that one because this shit was too so fucking off the chain right here. Yes, they already coming. And then they woke me up all night. Because the energy, not that they wanted to do it. But let me tell you something, when you're dealing with demons, it's a different type of energy. And they're so heavy. The presence of them was so big. They was big as the ceiling. Some of them as tall and big as the building. That it was so strong, I couldn't help but wake up. Because it's so intense, they're so dense. But even though this was very, very vicious, it didn't hurt me. It didn't want to, even though I'm a human. And it said how much hatred that he has for mankind. I was sleeping maybe every once in 2 hours and woke up. And when I woke up, I saw Semiramis standing by my bed. And I said, well, hold on, because the candle, I lit a candle. I said, I want to make sure I see you. So, and I don't mind you being here. I said, but I'm tired as fuck, so I'm going to pass out for a minute. But you going to stay here, though, and say what you got to say. They knocked my ass out again because their energy is so strong. I woke up by 6-something. That is 6 again. 6:26, some shit like that. I looked out to the wall. Yes, the time was, the sound and the time was spinning and fucking up. I seen this big god, almost tall as my tree, that also knows something about a dogwood. Let me tell you what the god looked like. And some of them is dim. Hey, Laura. It was real black and chocolate and fine with a big dick. A big long dick. With some big pure gold earring. Big hoop earring. In both ears. With it hair like he had it cut like on one side with line, braid, like curl on one part and braid on the other. I'm trying to remember this shit, but this shit I ain't never seen no shit like the style, but this shit was hot. And I said, God damn, you black and fine and sexy as a motherfucker. Had his shirt off with his like a 12-pack with some black jeans riding low. Fine as fuck. I'm looking at his ass through the wall. So I'm looking down at his dick. As I'm looking at it. Then I'm looking at his booty. His booty was fat and round. Like a bitch. And had his hip rounded out. Like a hoe. Then I'm watching the dick and the head fat and round, but he still got his foreskin. This is when it gets nasty. Cause the foreskin, y'all need to know this, women's. And even men, fucking men's. But men, period, need to know this. Okay. When they do, if I was you, cause I didn't let them circumcise my son. I let him keep that meat on there so that he get old enough, he do what he want to do. Because to me, it's spiritual and it's sacred. You just have to know how to pull it back and clean yourself, men, so that grease and caked up, but they call it nut butter, don't get caught up under there and you don't pass infections to women's. You clean it out. I think that should be the young man's choice, because that's sacred. That when I synced it, all of a sudden the spirit said that demon, that extraterrestrial, he said that's the ring of Saturn. He said, because that's a ring within a ring. Because you have a prostate, that's round. Your gland, that's a gland. You got the rectum, anus, that's round. You go into the penis, that's long, but it's round. The head of the penis is a ring around it. He said that's the ring of Saturn. He said, but I'm bringing destruction and death through the ring, the foreskin ring around the head of the penis. And as I watched the foreskin start to move and separate into like rings, 3 to 6 rings, I started seeing the rings engorged with blood. That whole foreskin just started getting swollen with blood. And it started to deteriorate, because this demon, this extraterrestrial, is also a master of carrying blood-borne pathogen. That's why he like nasty spaces and group sex and anal rape, where people don't clean their butt out first. I don't care if it's a female with anal or male with anal. A lot of people don't clean themselves, and some men like to have sex with people who don't clean themselves. And when they release their bowel. So as I'm seeing this, I see a black woman behind him. That's the female Nephilim. That's just as horse and nasty as him. She fuck everybody down here and do ritual, sell her ass too. But some of them also got dicks on them. Yes, T. And they getting sex change or becoming he, she, Baphomet too. Because he say the head of the penis with the foreskin intact has an electromagnetic field around it, that if a man puts his penis in a woman's vagina and close to the clitoris, that is the female dick. The clitoris, he says, it's an inside dick. But it's big and long, but it's coiled up. So y'all need to look up female anatomy, because you don't know how big your clitoris is, which is a female dick. He says, so you put your head of a penis up there, and you start to, as a woman's getting aroused and you do your foreplay, there's an electromagnetic pulse, an energy grid, an aura around, hey goddess mother, her clitoris, that will then merge with the energy on the rings of the male penis that match the rings of the female penis, because the vagina is a 360-degree ring, which also measures to the mathematical pi. You see what I'm saying? So she got a ring and a pussy. That's a ring there. The urethra, that's a ring. Then you got another ring within a ring, because you got the clit, which is female dick. So when he puts that there, if there's a male and female attraction, then she opened that flower, that vesica Pisces for him, and he opened his, and then this causes the sensation, the friction going back and forth if he puts it in a vagina, to cause an erection and an ejaculation, and then she naturally sucks him in. That's why you can tell if a woman been raped or not, because a woman will pull a man dick in a pussy if she want him in now and it feel good to her. And then the sperm know how to swim up. They know where to go. They already have it genetically programmed into them to move up and fertilize the egg. This demon extraterrestrial that done came through the portal, he say that I am going to put the disease and the virus in the head of the penis and around the skin at the head of the penis, because he say that is where rich, life-giving stem cells, regenerative cells are in the foreskin, the whole ring. He said you can give life with that blood. Okay, John. And then I looked it up. You can look it up. You think I'm crazy. But he said that I looked the shit up. They use that foreskin for the blood and the stem cells and make expensive creams out of foreskin cream like they do the placenta. That's why y'all need to start asking for it. And don't let them take it because they don't burn it. They make a lot of money off of aborted babies. They make a lot of money off of them. Like the being here, the L said, they love to consume the organs and drink the blood. And he said he loved black liver. They like to split it down the middle and take his time and consume because they feed him. They give him the life. He said, I'm going to have it for the men that have sex with men's and men that have sex with women's. I'm going to flip the mouth. So instead of there being a merging of energy where they combine and they love, I'm going to flip the current. That's what he has done. And he's come through the portal. He's flipped the mouth and brought more of the transgender Baphomet energy to make the women's hate the men's and the men's hate the women. Even the bisexual ones will now impregnate a woman and she will be carrying babies in her womb, and either she will become sick while she is pregnant and die and give birth to a baby. Either she'll be physically dead with all her diseases and illness and the aura and the chakra is dead. So she'll look like a walking corpse. The baby will be born and the mother won't live long or live sick, or the child will die in utero or be born with the disease. He said, I will create him. Hello, beautiful Nikki. He will create a population of people with the Baphomet energy that will cause women to fuck women and want to be men's and be in group sex and pass diseases to men, women pass diseases to women's. The woman, the black woman, will be the new black man to a lot of black women's, because a lot of these black men are dying or dead or getting ready to be killed through disease and violence, because that death angel, his wings was black. They turn white too. He is into the black and white checkerboard, which you would deal with the Masonic energy of opposites, yin and yang, hot and cold, light and dark, black and white. So this angel also shapeshift when he need to and can mimic a human. And he said, I will have it. I'm going to have them all gay and bisexual and hate each other to where there are no black men left. The Baphomet is out now. It was already out in Atlanta, but now it had just been released more during the Super Bowl. And he said, you see, we had dummies where you see there was a certain amount of arrest of child prostitutes. He said those were just the one you seen. He said the elites had a special elegant ball for the children. For the little girls, they had their elegant gowns. He said they dress up, they had champagne, they had the drink. He said then, when that drink was over and that part of the fundraiser, the other after party began with the little girls coming up their gown like they're the beauty pageant and twist. I'm talking about like 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old and little infants. And they wearing their bikini drawers and shit, little bit of bikini, twisting around with a little bit of high heel shoes. Then I seen these little bitty damn sisters. It was some little boys. They had these grown women wigs on, and some of the wig was twisted and nappy, with some damn cover girl makeup and shit on, with some two little girl shoes on. There were little boys with some little boy bikini drop. Looked like some of them had some damn old evening gown on. And I said, why them little boys got them nappy ass, some of them with nap on the side? with some old people makeup on, like some of them old women makeup and shit. They look drank and had dope. Look, I know it might sound crazy, the shit I'm saying, because I watched it. He telling me, he laughing about this shit. It was like a little beauty pageant with some little boys. Some of them looked at young, some of them, they were all young. But I'm saying they had them dressed up, with some of them looked at young, some of them looked at old. Some of them had like some mixed gray wig and shit on with some whole bunch of powder on their damn face, but it was like some baby powder. With their asshole, like a ring. Like they brought them in, a secret elite ring on. But you ain't know that's what they were. Then some of them had pretty hair, like a wig, combed down normal and shit, with different color on it shit. With some old folk shoes. This one little boy had some shoes like about an 80-year-old shoe, like some orthopedic high heel shoe with a thick heel on the back, with a buckle on the side. And he telling me that he laughing about this shit. And I'm crying. And he's like, he don't give a fuck about this shit. Because my heart is hurting. I'm like, I really don't like your motherfucking ass. But, I know I got to get the information. But I'm going to do this quickly. Wrap this shit. I don't want you over here. But I appreciate you telling me that you don't want to walk in this shit. And they were twisting round. The little boys twisting their ass round. With some little boy underwears on. With some girl dress on. Like a long dress and shit. Drinking. We're doing dope. This is private. He said we had that on the underground. I seen chandeliers and shit with like long tables where they had like a feast. It looked like a adult party, but it was cheerings. He said this had to be done that weekend. He said week leading up to the Super Bowl, and then the night it was going on, he said there were human sacrifice rituals. Feel something just laid on me. Like a corpse wrapped in a white sheet. It's laid on me. And I'm talking about this, so that did go down. I ain't mentioned a heart. Like they were consuming organs. So I'm seeing, and then it's like when we're done, we wrap it up, and we toss the corpse. And then he said they are masters of skin. He said, so when they take a body that they want, they bring the children to the park. Girl, yes, these were parents that were with it, or the children was missing, or adopted, or stolen. Because you look at this with Trump, and a lot of them children, they not giving them back to their parents, and you know what's going to happen to them. Asshole popping, asshole fucking, dick sucking. Coming to a city near you, pass round. And then they either get wore out or get tired or something happen to them, they get killed. I seen them, they got the centers where their organs, they skin. They take certain children and certain people, he said they like to take skin for donation. He said send you parts and joint. Of course, we already know they like the blood and the organs of melanin people. He said, I really enjoy. And he looked it like a black angel himself. And that big one outside, I seen that real fine one. This one is getting ready to come up in music. Because when I seen the disease engorge the blood of the foreskin, then I seen the beehive with a honeycomb. It was a big honeycomb wrapped around his nuts and his dick. And then the dick started drawing up into him, looked like a pussy, went to the back of him, and the rectum, the anal started shaping like a pussy hole, and the ass started spreading and bubbling out. We had a fat bubble ass like a bitch, but you could tell he was real beautiful. But you could tell it was a man, and he was coming up in hip-hop. I ain't seen him yet. There's somebody new in music. And that spirit said, I'm going to put him in me. He said, I love the way y'all dance and sing. It's entertaining to us. It's entertaining to the elite. You're so talented and colorful. He said, we're going to get them like that with the heroin and the opiates and the rap. He said, in the music, he said, I'm going to put him there. It looks like a beautiful black man. He said, but really, he said, look at his eye. And I started looking at his eye. It looked like a shiny square diamond. He said, it's a chip. He said, this is an android. He said, we are making humanoid beings and putting the humanoids out that look like a human, but he said, a lot of the artists got chips. He said he's going to be so kind and beautiful, non-judgmental, accept anybody and everybody. And a lot of the young boys are going to be drawn to him, especially in Atlanta, that want to get into the industry. And he's going to be so kind, so nice, so understanding and handsome and flamboyant and flashy, because this being said, I keep money. And when he came in here, he had some pyramids on his chest, upside down. One go down like the Baphomet like this, and one go up, and it was encrusted with pure diamonds and rubies and gold. He said, I got all the money. He saw all the gay men that follow me, and people do what I say. They keeps money. Anything they want, fuck with me. You know I got it. So he gonna have it, they gonna be drawn in. And so he gonna fuck them boy, bend them over, bend their head low, and they asshole high. Get them that shit and fuck them in their ass while they waiting there to sing their damn rap song. Gonna lure them in and sacrifice their ass. Now, as I said again, I don't have no problem with nobody being gay, bisexual, whatever. Do you? I'm just repeating what the spirit, this is not me, did what he said he do. Not just to gay people, but he said he wants to wipe out everybody gay in this bitch. He want them dead. He said, it's not just gay. It's not about that really. It's just about that because he said, I will stop all love and reproduction, and I will bring hate, and I will bring rage, and I will bring murder, and I will bring death, and I will bring chaos, and I will bring corruption. And then I start seeing the green food gone. I start seeing the fields barren, no longer impregnated with green produce, just dirt. And I saw the dollar and the economy collapse. I saw people can't get food because there was nothing fresh anymore. All kind of storms, all kind of famine, all kind of pestilence. And I saw these cement cities, just cement, little department looked like boxes just stacked on top of each other, where it became a wasteland. And then he mentioned Trump. He said, oh, we got him. Something else finna happen with Trump and finna lock some shit down to deliberately create chaos and conflict and kill off, a certain amount of people, to reduce the population and to do what they want to do, an ethnic cleanse. But really what they want to do is get rid of the human population, because the ETs, the demons, want the earth back. They said it was theirs to begin with. We don't want to share it. They said even the ones that go along with it and take that chip, they're going to die anyway. He said, because they ain't going to never be right. Once they live with them chips and them fake organs in them and an android and having sex, yes, having sex with a doll that look like, because it's anti-nature. It take your nature from. Now, also with the Super Bowl, it's so many numbers came up, and I see now why he was showing me the old TV screen, because Aretha Franklin was not here to usher it in. So see, they didn't want no young, dumbass, cute girl to do that. They wanted a crone. They wanted a mature witch to bring this shit in. So Aretha came and got in Gladys Knight ass. Then you have to realize, I looked at, okay, Gladys Knight is 74. 7 plus 4 is a high occult number, the master number, number 11, which would also be the tower. And then she was born in ATL, and ATL is on the 33rd parallel. So she was the one for that shit. And then 2019 equal 12, which will also equal 3, which is Lucifer number. And her birthday is May 28th, 1944, which will reduce down to 33, or 3 plus 3 is 6. Then you're dealing with Aretha. She was 76. That's 13. Her death was 8/16/2018, which reduced down to 8 or 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4. So you're dealing with that 4, and you're dealing with that Saturn, which will be dealing with Crowley magic, death, rebirth. You're dealing with the black sun, the black cube. She was born May 25th, 1942. That also reduced down to 8 or 4 plus 4. So I know that then when they put her on them, off to see the wizard, Dorothy Red Shoe, following the yellow brick road with that gold casket, they were sending a code then, headed down to the ATL. Because she was present, and Gladys embodied that to take on that very powerful high wish Ishtar. Have mercy. Energy standing there in the CERN portal with the goat. That's why I say I got to come back up. Because you're also dealing with Moloch. You're dealing with Moloch Owl, which will also be Saturn, which is sacrifice, and sacrifice the children, and sacrifice the death cult when you're dealing with Moloch. And that's Super Bowl 53, which you get an 8. 5 and 3 is the 8. Yeah, that's Bill Belichick. If I'm pronouncing it correctly, he won the 6th ring at 66 at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the ATL Zone 6. ATL, you know, they got zone. That's Zone 6. Let me tell you something. When this shit hit me the other night, I told this spirit, Argus, because I tell you, he came through the wall. I seen it in my mind when he walked down the street. He took a shortcut. And I said, that's some ghetto. Why he do that ghetto shit on me and took the that come through the main entry? He took the shortcut. And I seen when he stepped over on the right side, he stepped on a rock. It looked like a granite rock. And I said, let me put my clothes on. So I waited till it got dark. I went outside. I said, August, show me why you did what you did. And why you went where you went. And why you stood in them 3 parking spaces. Mine was the 3rd. And hopped over. And then hopscotch on each of my granite sidewalk square. He said, okay. So I walk out and I start walking up the hill. It's a granite rock on the damn ground. Just kind of sticking up like a mountain. I said, goddamn, the rock is here. Then I leaned down and grabbed it And I said, uh-oh. Oh, hell. Because it was a big rock about this big, like it stand up and round off. But then when I touched it, the shit came up out the ground. But like it was cracked in half. And the other part of the rock was still down in the ground. I said, oh, Lord, that represent a seal been opened. They done released the Kraken in this motherfucker. They done released Leviathan down here in the 33rd parallel on the ATL with that goddamn CERN portal in that damn 8-pointed circle down there. Then I looked, there was a street light beside it. It was a number on the street light. It was 17. 7 plus 1 is 8. See, you dealing with that Saturnian death cult, sacrifice, Moloch owl energy again. And then he said, you need to watch what you say outside. He said, because they finna lock Atlanta down with a military code and this microphone in the street light. He said they finna change where military style police. A lot of these people ain't gonna make it. He said it's coming. And then I said, I know what that is. That granite rock is landmarks. Stone Mountain. Down now. What that is down now. Stone Mountain with the 3 horsemen. They done opened their seal on that goddamn mountain. And them was Albert Pike, KKK, Mason, and Shriners that dug them the 3 horsemen, racist white horsemen on Stone Mountain that represent that rock, that gray rock that he put his foot on. Then down now, he telling me the Georgia Guidestone. That's that rocks. Take his 8 language. The time, Father Time is winding down on that ass because it's a time limit on the Georgia Guidestone. And this energy also ran from California down to ATL with this game. He told me about that. What else he said? He said the angel of death and the Kabbalah is also because the Georgia Guidestone speak of the death, the population reduction. Is it 2024 or 2026? Y'all go check this. I'm just giving you some of the list of things that he said. And that scared the shit out of me because I'm just listening to him. I said that, and I just went outside, and that's what that he told me. And I'm looking it up. It's true. What the fuck? I thought I heard him say with that damn rock where he was hopping. I told that right leg with that stock, that sock hanging down, that meat caved in. He tapped it with that right leg because he was coming down the street like this. And he let me see in the spirit. He tapped that rock. I said, let me take my ass outside to make sure that I see this, and then he gonna break this down for me. Cause I'm new at decoding shit. You don't do that. But he wanted me to, for some reason he asked me to do the shit. August want me to do the shit. So that's them 2 there. And they tie into the clock on Stonehenge. The time running out for the shit. He mentioned plastic coffin ready. Food crisis. Water, government, deliberate shutdown to create crisis, crime, death, disease, military rule, and martial law. What else he mentioned to me? Trying to get it in, y'all. I looked. I said, but why did he keeping a Mexican out but taking your free will? Well, they ain't gonna keep them out because it's an underground tunnel. They walk through there when they want to sell dope through there and everything. So he know that's a goddamn lie. I don't want to get into this, but I'm just going to say what he said. Because I looked at the street. That's why I know it's going to be female sacrifice too. Because when I walked up to see the street that he walked down here and found me on, and came down on the side of the goddamn expressway, the expressway that I'm on lead down to I-85, which will take you to the stadium downtown. You go north, and 8 and 5 is a 13. And so I said, he found, okay, why you pick that way? And it's a bridge. I'm looking at the so I know that's a portal, but you're also dealing with the Legua and Ogun. But then the street he came on, I know the shit was for me, because he came in a T street. He didn't come in a 4-way. He came at a 3-way red light, which would be dealing with Pambajira, the Exu queen. Black and red, which is like the Afro-Cuban female goddess that deal with what? The oppressed and sex energy and prostitution. She protect her children. Even the transsexual, the gay one that everybody look down on and put you down because you sell pussy and shake your ass. He came on that side, so I know that was for me. Because it's a female T street. It's a 3-way street. Yes, baby. Because people have told me I had that Pambajira energy. And I got her in here. That's black and red, which also showed me that's dealing with sacrifice. So the female is tied into this energy too. So I had to give her offering. Then I said, what else you want me to see, August? Lord, I'm not trying to tell all my goddamn, but I'm out here, Stone Mount. Okay. Yeah, let that leg but wine. Yes, Pambajira was sexy. And I looked up the street. I seen Eddie Long Church. Now, I don't know for y'all that know him, but Eddie Long died, a year or 2 ago? New Birth Baptist Church, and he never escaped the scandal of fucking them little boys. He said he didn't do it, but the boys said he did it. And I remember about 20 years ago, I was hanging out with some of my gay friends. We went to the gay club to watch the show, and there was some gay boys in there, and we didn't ask them. I didn't know. He started saying, ooh, Eddie Long is my daddy. I said, fuck you mean your daddy? He said he's my daddy. He take care of me. He paid my way through school, and there was a group of them. They was all feminine gay boys. Looked at them. They looked at me. And we looking like, what the fuck? And he was very proud of, yes, he sent boys to school. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why he don't send, girls to school? I'll keep meeting these gay boys. And I told my son, look, you can go up to New Birth if you want to. But you's a good-looking young man. If Eddie Long says something to you, don't go nowhere by yourself in that church. You talk his ass up there in public. He said, well, Mama, I'm going up there to fuck bitches. I ain't going up there on no gay shit. I'm fucking them girls up there in the church. Like I said! Because he fucks girls too. He's married. I got children. But I've been hearing strange things. I hear the ATL scream. And all these gay boys that I know and hangs with is telling me that he is sponsoring them and takes care. Said that that's Big Daddy. And I'm getting all kind of scream vibe. Keep your ass in public when you go up there. Him. Okay, Mom, okay. I'm looking in the Argus. I'm looking that way down the street. Hey, Catherine. And Argus in the dark, because it was in the dark when he telling me this, and I'm going out there walking in the dark. Nobody bother me. They know me. He showed me right up in the air, a big cross appeared up in the air with the part go across here at the top like a regular cross. Then this fucker sent me put a second star, cross in the air, turned it upside down with like you doing a satanic black mass with the line going through the cross down like this here. He said, oh, we ran him. We got the church. He said, finna be some shit come out in the church. He said, we've been running that. We got a private little boy sacrifice sex cult in all the big churches. So we was in there controlling. He was possessed with us, letting us have rituals with them little boys and getting possessed and fondling them little boys and fucking someone and taking care of someone. And I'm looking at him, you know, I'm just standing out there on the curb and the dog, he telling me the shit. And I said, really? Yes. Yeah, Alvin. He said he ain't the only one that did it. I said, okay, so the shit true? He said, yeah, we had him under control. He said, but you know, he know what time it is. He know that it's best. He ain't supposed to ever sell out the brotherhood. So he was sick and died. He know that no matter what, you take that to the chest. You going on and die and you never reveal the secrets of the brotherhood. What would be worse if you tell that they will cut your ass and throw your guts out for the motherfucking vultures to eat if he would have admitted and told on them. He did what he was supposed to do. Deny, lie, or die. And he chose to die. Because they had no more use. There was a part after they had him sacrifice the boys that had imploded. And then to be safe, then they had to sacrifice, they had to consume their brother. And their brother stayed loyal to the brotherhood and kept the oath. And you see, still have the property, family have the property, you know, they have their dignity. But that cloud still loom. He said, that's what we do. We got that. And the other one over here. Yes, the brotherhood of the damned. That's how they survive. That's how they bring the energy in. And the other one, because I'm just getting lightheaded now, because they have no problem. They're letting me say everything. I wouldn't say nothing that didn't, you know, give me the permission to say. And right when I was, let me try to make sure I try to cover as much as I could. When I was getting ready, my sister Nikki called me and she said was it last night, Nikki? She said that her beautiful nephew or the cousin, they done shot him down here last night. And shot him, said he was a blood gang member and he had an argument with the GD gang member while he was out. Was he in zone 6, Nikki? Was he in Atlanta or was he on the outskirts of Atlanta? Said they shot him 6 times in the stomach. I said, did you say 6? And right when she said that, I heard something fell out my closet. Right when she said it, I got chills. Started shaking. And she said, yes. I said, that time to the reading that I'm getting ready to do. Because there was a ritual that was just done last week to release the death spell. Oh, that 4. It was 4 o'clock this morning in Buckhead. Can you look up the zone? Because you know that's that 4 energy. Dealing with that higher level of black magic, that 4 energy, that crawling. I'm feeling so lightheaded. I think that's try to cover as much as I can. Yeah, because I don't know what time it is. So, oh my God, really, girl? That's the zone that they released it in on the 3rd, February the 3rd. You see they deal with the number 3. I got all these numbers here, and then the spirit, he put the red dices in his mouth. And it was 7, 11, and 911. Them need the 2 codes that he gave me. I'm getting cold. I'm getting chill. He said them the death code. So you start seeing the numbers 7, 11, and 911. But that 7, 11 is sticking out to me all. And then when I look at Wendy Williams, I see the same number, all these different numbers, just a list of numbers. But I don't quite get all of it yet. That's why I say I just want to drop this on y'all part 2 right now, since we're still in that Super Bowl energy, and when the energy of that crackle and that Leviathan and that certain portal opening, that demonic extraterrestrial energy coming with disease and pestilence and death and famine and war. So y'all watch. It's not just Atlanta. You watch around the U.S. with these black men, and if they getting shot, they getting killed, they coming up with more disease. You look at the weather, how it affect the food supply, how it affect the stock market, how it affect the government and water. Because when he came in, he spread his wings. Let me see the wing. Underneath the wing, he had a little pocket sample of water. And the water was polluted. He said, right before I was born, I saw dark force and unleashing war on human. I believe this is the CERN. Yes, you need to look up CERN, y'all, because it's real. The 4 horsemen. See, I got to look at where the 4 went at. I'm missing some because 3 of them is on Stone Mountain. Oh, yeah. Let me say one more thing. He say, because you know those were racists, like I say. And there's been a massacre trying to kill and erase black people from Atlanta before. Well, with 33 senators or 33 politicians, black, that was erased from government. They tried to destroy. And then he started saying, you know, I was the one, the Elohim, that came through the CERN. He said, I was responsible for the Atlanta child murders with Wayne Williams. I said, you did that? You killed them black boys? He said, I got the one with melanin in them. The darker one. I looked. He said, we really enjoyed Luby Jeter. There's a little boy named Luby Jeter. And there was 20-something of them that was found dead. But Wayne Williams couldn't kill all of them. He wasn't in the area with them. And then it was, he said, was white men's. Okay, zone 2 is right there in Buckhead. But was he anywhere, Nikki? Zone 2 is Buckhead. Do you know, was he anywhere in the Atlanta area? Can you think of addresses or where he might have been? But it was also Zone 4. Because she said Buckhead Zone 2. Look around there and see where Zone 4 is in Buckhead. Near Buckhead. Because even if he had been near Zone 4, and that's Zone 2, 4 and 2 is 6. You see what I'm saying? So Nikki can tell me what surrounding areas he was in, where does Zone 2 begin and end, and where is Zone 4 in connection to Zone 2. Yeah, because if a certain amount of people are gay, that's not a problem. But if everyone of a particular group is, there's no reproduction, the birth rate falls. You cannot replace yourself that way. he said white people, racists, KKK, and Shriners killed the children. But it's off Peachtree. Let me look exactly at the address. Okay, because I was wondering, even if he got shot there, Nikki, do you know if he also hung in any other areas in Zone 4 Atlanta, went to eat or lived or was around any area? If not tonight, I'm sure somebody will tell you if he hung in any part of Zone 4. Because I know Zone 4 is close to Buckhead Zone 2. So we can put let's see what the numbers is when we look at the zones and how they tie into Zone 6. What was it? Excuse me, is it Zone, what's Atlanta? I'm getting confused. Is that Zone 6? And see, we're dealing with the 4 again, Cheryl. Route 400, the number 4. 0 zeros, they're irrelevant. We just got that 4. Come on, so was that, I think I said Zone 6 is Atlanta, and she said Zone 2 is Buckhead. So let's, so yeah, disregard the 4 then, because if we're talking about 6, and then if that's 2, it would still be an 8, which would be 4-4. Yes, he hung at Club East Point. Yeah, look and see, make sure we can line our numbers up, because I know you're good at this stuff too, Nikki. I'm just a baby. I'm just starting to begin because the spirits are coming in here telling me. Oh, I just saw a spirit. He showed me like this with an archer. He just stood here, archer, aim, took the aim with the point. That I've seen that. So I wonder, is that Apollo, God, and Artemis? That's also tied. It's a lot of gods. When I say I felt the people, so many spirits in here. Now it makes sense because they're starting to identify themselves to me as I'm talking to the demon and extraterrestrial that comes through CERN when Argus backed up, because he's deeper. Argus is, see, now you see what I'm saying? When I said they felt like demons and extraterrestrials, that's why, because they're coming through the CERN portal. The scientists have figured out the mathematical calculations to bring them through. And he also showed me, he mentioned El and Bay. And I said, so what are you talking about? The Moors, the black Moors, and they also have like that Shriner looking cat. He said, we've infiltrated them. Some of them have been known to fuck men's too. I said, wait a minute, so you got the white Shriners. He said, yeah, they have children balls. And then he said they have the little balls, and for the children and prostitutes and sacrifices children's on the low. He said, then the Moors, we have infiltrated them, and there's something with a sickle, hammer sickle. I don't want to offend anybody. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just telling what the spirit's saying. Okay, what you mean, Nikki? Yes. What did you find out when you said yes to what? And because I'm going to get into, because I want to know, and I can't wait till you do your breakdown, do your reading on this, now that you know what we're seeing and getting. And this is just not even a whole complete week after the Super Bowl, once everything, the Kraken was released. And when I started looking at the Wayne Williams murder. Okay, let me tell you something. There is a white man that's a part of a satanic group. His name's Ed. He's been arrested now. He was getting away, and he was protected by an informant for the GBI. They knew the KKK were committing the murder, trying to start a race war, and they were getting ready for it. The Shriners Hospital is being built in St. Louis. It's a children's hospital. Well, I'm telling you what's going on the low. The scale of my ad is out of sync in accordance with the tree of life. This killer, they were doing, okay, that alien and spirit are here. There are a lot of him in that. Yes, Nikki. They released this, a whole bunch of them. And it's all around sexual, spiritual, reproductive, energy that deal with disease, war, pestilence, chaos, and sacrifice. There's getting ready to be a lot of sacrifice tied into those areas, and drugs. Because he said he's a main part of the heroin and the opiate addiction in that trade. He makes sure it come in. and a part of the satanic ritual. Okay. And a lot of people would wonder, I used to wonder, well, how are these white men, because we were hearing this a long time ago, how are these white men comfortably coming into the black community, getting these black children, he would stick out like a sore thumb and nobody would see him. Well, it's easy, because there were black, treacherous ass young men fucking little black boys and bringing the white men's in on the low. This one killer that I am talking about, that's a Satanist, the white one, Ed Edwards, I think it's Ed Edwards. They would do human sacrifice, and there's another black young man who ran a laundromat and got one of the other young men. It's so sad. It was a whole group of young sissies. And they like to have sex orgies over there in the laundromat, over there on the low side of town, off Hollywood Road, in that area over there. And the little boy had just got to Atlanta, waiting for his mama to come down here, so he was staying with some relatives. And this young black boy, nasty looking, disgusting. And they said kind of had a mental problem, but he liked to fuck little boys in the ass. Lure him, I'm talking about little, like 7, 8, 9. Got the little boy over there in the laundromat where I was other young men, those grown men. Pulled that boy clothes off, raped him repeatedly. Blood running all down his leg, busted him on while the other men got a rope, throwed it up, put it down, and hung that little boy. These were black men that did this. Young black men hung that boy up while they kept raping him. And when the young man that did this to him finished raping him and they broke his neck, he took his clothes off, got some soap and rag, washed him up, washed all the DNA off, put some more clothes back on him, wrapped him up like in some carpet, took him outside. He had a robe on, like a house coat with a hood. Couldn't see his face, but some neighbors seen it and didn't get in it. They say he did shit like that all the time. It was a little gay ring. They do shit like that, ritual like that on little boys, little innocent boys. They catch them out. Put him by the dumpster, then called the police. Police didn't do nothing to him, which showed that somebody was hooking it up. He called the white serial killer that's also a Satanist, Ed. Ed come around, and what he would do, yeah, because God is Orisha, this is niggas. Okay? That's how they got in to do it. These were black men that was raping them black boys too and killing them. He called the white man that's a serial killer, and they say he might have been associated with the Zodiac killer. The white man would come, so it's clear he was coaching this black boy. Hit the boy and some of the other bodies on the left side of the face, and scar the left side of the face, damage left side of the body. Why? Because that was dealing with the satanic energy to the left and consecrating the body to Satan. So once he would do that ritual and they wonder why the left side was fucked up and the left side of the face was caved in, that's why. And then they called the police to pick up the body. That's how some of the white Klansmen would get in, or they would catch them. Catch a lot of black people. I mean, to keep it real, they wasn't watching their boys down here and their little children. They just running the street. Some of the parents really didn't care, and they opened them up for that. And then when he said Luby Jeter, I was confused because he said, I love human sacrifice. I love melanin blood. I love to fuck little boys, the ones with real dark, rich, beautiful skin with a lot of melanin in it. And then I like to do the black satanic mass on them and the organs on them. I was looking at different things, Googling on Luby Jeter, and it just said the boy was strangled. And I said, what the fuck you mean? You gave me that name. And I keep looking at that name, and it just said Luby Jeter was strangled by Wayne Williams. But we know that Wayne Williams didn't do it. And it was a white man that got arrested that was a secret police informant that said, I know the white man that did it. That's a KKK member, a drug dealer, and a junkie. He did it. He told me he was going to do it because the little boy accidentally ran his bike into his truck or car or something. He said, and I'm going to kill that little nigger and choke him with my dick. That's what he said we're going to do to the little boy, little black boy. And then all of a sudden the boy come up dead in the woods, strangled. So I said, yes, that happens everywhere. That's what was going on down here too. A lot of the boys, there was a private, and then the man that was affiliated with the KKK ring said there was a private child sex ring for the higher up child ring. And then a lot of the older black men that was caught up in it, that were grown, was selling their ass to white men's and black men's. And I said, well, I keep looking at reports on Lou B. Jeter, and the body was intact, it was suffocated. He said, no, look here. So I click a link where I wrote this down, and I could not believe. And he was smiling. when I was reading it, and they showed me, I seen he was on the floor, like some white people, white men were on this floor, and they had the body on the floor, like laying low with these candles around it, like a cross, body shape, like a cross, and the child was dead, and then they cut it over. And I said, the body was cut up, but I'm not seeing that. And then when I looked, it say, okay, Lou B. Jeter, they were saying the cause of death was strangulation, but his genitals, lower pelvic area. Who the one you talking to me? Am I from Detroit? No, I'm from ATL. Shouted. I'm on the 33rd parallel in the ATL. But my father and some of his relatives, the late great Jackie Wilson, he was born and lived there and has relatives there, but he also came to the ATL as well. It said his genitals, lower pelvic area, you hear me? And both feet were missing. Say witnesses saw Lou B. Jeter get in a car with a white man with a jagged scar on his neck. And the KKK member was Charles Theodore Sanders. I think I could read this right. Sanders. These are things that you could look up. He's taking credit for this. And then he brought up MLK. I said, Lord have mercy. Don't put I have a dream in the shit. He said, yeah, we was a part of that. This is sad, these niggas. Oh, that's what I'm trying to tell you. See, that's why I don't feel sorry for all these black men. Because a lot of them ain't no damn good. The boy, yes, that is. Thank you. They open this shit up for the sex spirit they got now. Oh, this fucker don't want now. Day, baby. This fucker don't play. This is that goddamn dragon. This is that motherfucking demon. And a lot of these black men walking around here with that shit on them. They just look black. Like that big Nephilim that was standing outside. It looked like a big chocolate fine ass black god. It ain't. That fucker angel death. And he in music. They put him. He said, well, put him in music. Because that's where I get the boys. And I said, so that's not a... He said, no, it just look human. And it's chip. It's an android or a humanoid or... Not all black men. Please, y'all, I don't hate black men. Because when he talking about he was getting rid of them. And getting rid of all that dick, I started crying. I said, you gonna do what? And he talking about, oh. So, you's a dirty motherfucker, but okay, keep talking. I'm like, you go, I've got to go. He said, look, I don't like y'all. I don't like humans. So just take what the fuck I'm saying to you. Deal with it. Because you ain't going to do nothing about it. Say, you right. No, I can't do shit about it. But you're telling me you're getting ready to destroy. You're trying to destroy a whole group of people because of their melanin? He said, but it's the key. No, I didn't say that. I said he's going to turn them that way. Because a lot of them are not strong. They're not spiritually balanced. They're not grounded. They have no soul in them. Y'all think because some got melanin in it that it's deep and spiritual and special. Everything black ain't special. Especially the darker the skin don't mean it's more spiritual and more close to God and more powerful. It is confusing, yes. But I am telling you, these whole generation, they lost. They don't know who they is. All this mumble rapping and pop that shit and have that molly in their damn pocket with they dick hard and long. You can't understand what the fuck they saying? Driving high. Dale L. Louise O'Doc Shamuel. Yeah, them L's in the house. Because this is what he showed me. He's the other side of the L. The Elohim. And he bragging about the shit. He said we went. He said that when they opened up the portal and started the ritual, had them singers on stage up there. Yes, Steve, a lot of them dead. That's what he was talking about. He said they ain't no good, no way. They don't even know, they don't have their soul. He said I die of taking their soul. They dead. They went in a pineal doing this ritual. He said when we went, he said I loved shooting King. Yes, and I said, why would you say that? He said, because I went in his mind. There you go, Andy. Thank you, because I need you to break this down for me because you're more advanced than me. The dragon tail, the L. And in the LA, the Temple of Death. Yeah. But where's you going to go? I don't have no spaceship outside. I ain't seen no spaceship on Bankhead. I don't know how to take it nowhere else. He said we got King Pineal and the pituitary was open and activated. He said I want the eyes. And I said, don't tell me no more. And he just, oh, you're sad. Oh, it hurts you. He started making fun of me. Whenever he knew something bothered me, he's very narcissistic. Yeah, theirs is calcified. But he said King was not calcified. And Malcolm, he said those were opening. He wanted theirs. He said he started just going. He started going backwards. Tagging motherfuckers. Taking credit for shit backwards. And I said, I didn't know you were part of. He said, yeah, that was me. He said, I said, so you been coming through the portal? Y'all been slipping through? He said, yeah, with the dragon. He said, they been eat. He said, they telling you they open and CERN up now. He said, that mean they been open and CERN up. We been coming through the Stargate. Because remember when they did that movie, where was it, Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn husband, on the Stargate, what was that, in the late 80s, early 90s, when they was out there in the desert. Going and find the portal and the mathematic calculation to open the Stargate. He said, we've been sneaking. They've been calling us to do cosmic hits. We've been slipping in and out on the gate based on quantum mathematics. He said, you people and the melanin one don't know your science. He said, but that's okay. Because I do. He said, because I'm black and I'm white. He said, I'm extraterrestrial and I'm cosmic and I have human DNA. He said, so keep on. I'm going to fuck you up. And I said, yeah, you're right. A lot of them ain't going to make it. He said, I'm going to turn it into a wasteland. Like Delza's saying. I'm finna wrap it up. Rod took on a boy body. I don't know what time it is, but I think it's late. I'm sorry I started late. I just had to drop that and let you know that Wendy Williams Part 1 will open up the ATLANTIS Super Bowl STARGATE. This is my first time doing this type of show, this type of reading. I didn't know that reading Wendy Williams would go this far, would take this somewhere else. Again, I'm honored that they come talk to me, because I didn't want to do just a gossip thing or just a reading on somebody's business. So this is about her, but not really about her. You see what I'm saying? She was used as a goddess to open the door. I love you too, Doris, Mama Doris. She was used. They picked her body, her vagina. I don't care what nobody say. That's a woman. That's also very masculine, like a tranny, transgender. That's why they picked her. They picked her to open the first sickness and pestilence and disease seal. Thank you for sharing my video, baby. You got to tell me. I don't want to fuck up your first name like I fucked up the other lady name. And I called her Patrick. She thought I was trying to call her a man. I wasn't, child. This shit be on me so goddamn bad. Sometimes I can't have see shit, hear shit. At this point, I'm so wore out. She was off her show 3 days when they had them back then and 17 for Halloween. You see what I'm saying? See, they opened her up. She was picked to do the magic when she put on the color of Cernunnos, which is the Cern portal of green, with the goddess Semiramis, who's her husband Tammuz, to release the sun, Semiramis, Nimrod, then the sun Tammuz, which will go back to Isis, Asar, Aset, which go back to our gods, and the Babylonian mystery system, and all of the heroes. Because Batman get ready to come out for this year, and they had the Batman, one of the rappers up there that was singing, dressed up like Batman. Gladys was dressed up like Ishtar or Nana. And then the boy with the California tat, he was telling you something then about what's going on in California and what's finna go on. Y'all, I got to go. But I hope you appreciate my effort to try to, open the door to give you some of the code. Y'all smart. Y'all go research this and figure out this more. Like I said, y'all welcome. Please share the video. Please click like on the video. Put your comments down. I love when y'all talk to me, when y'all share things. Because a lot of y'all smarter than me. Know a lot more things than I know. So I be learning from y'all. Like y'all learning from me. Oh, yeah, they had Batman on Dr. Phil Friday. That's one of the Babylonian gods. I don't know, John. I come back when I do another reading, and I never know how they're going to do it. I'm so tired right now. See, I have a lot of private readings I do as well. I had to take a break from my private reading to wrap this up so I could be through with it going into next week. Because people be contacting me to do private. I do 15-minute reading, 30-minute, hour reading at a private confidential read. And I just do these. I love it now. I love when they come in here and do the celebrity reading. I share them with y'all, and the different spirit come in. They start talking. And ID ones I did not know exists. Thank you. So if you want a private reading from me, the way those go, because people ask me, I don't do video because I don't feel like dressing up every day. Sometimes I be walking around with a goddamn head rag and shit on and some old clothes. I do them on the email and the phone. So you want to do a minute reading, 15-minute, 30-minute, hour. What I do, talk to you. You contact me on my email, alexysktylorvp@gmail.com. And I do the reading. You send me a picture with your eyes so I can see your eyes. Anybody else you want to ask about with your name. I see what spirits come through. I like to do them first. I don't like to do cold readings. To me, that's a disservice to me and a disservice to you. A lot of people like that. I don't like that. I like to sit with it. See who want to talk about it, what they want to say about it. About a day or two, then I start emailing you a lot of it, and then we finish it on the phone. Because the reading not my reading. I have no control of it. So I like to let the spirits do what they want to do, say what they want to say. So I have to finish those. So I don't know. Hopefully I have you one soon, but I'm tired. And I have to, take care of my people that come to me in private. My email again is alexysktylorvp@gmail.com. Or if you just appreciate the work and you enjoy the readings and you just want to donate, I don't care if it's $1, $2, $5. At least I can go up there Monday when they own me, get me a soul food plate, get me some collard green and some of that cornbread, and get me some piece of barbecue chicken. So whatever y'all give me, I love it. I appreciate it. Cause y'all show me y'all love me. And y'all be right here. A lot of y'all now that I've come back, I'm glad I'm well enough to come back. Y'all been here a long time waiting for me to get well. And I'm glad I'm coming back with new things, new gifts, new abilities. I never believed I'd be able to do the celebrity readings and talk to the beings and sing to my father and do vagina power again. And I'm glad. I love that food. I want me some collard. Because when he said that, I said, no, don't get rid of the collard green. I love the collard green. That's what I love about Georgia, them collard green. You know what, that's another person I got to do, Prince. Because Prince tried to talk to me. But I was doing the Michael Jackson, girl, I don't eat the pork, but I love the barbecue chicken. I don't eat fried chicken. It's not good for your skin and stuff. Hi, Daryl D. Nice Robinson. So, yes, whatever y'all support me, I love y'all. Y'all the one keep me going. I love that y'all be here. Y'all support me. Y'all listen to the readings. You talk to me. You give me a feedback. You share them. I love y'all. And I will talk to you soon. I'll try not to stay away too long before I come back with another AKT celebrity read. Bye.